invite Sharon to speak first.
Good evening. Thank you for coming tonight. I appreciate this opportunity to speak in front of this group. It's great to be here. Well, I'm Sharon Calvert, and I'm running for Hillsborough County Commission District 2. A lot of you know me, but I'll give you a little bit of history for those who may not. I am a native Floridian. Yay! We're few and far between these days, but I actually moved to Hillsborough County about 35 years ago, where I earned my degree in finance from USF. And after I graduated, I started a 20-year career with IBM, and that's where I met my husband, Mark, of 28 years, and he's back there. And we also, this is where we love this community. I'm a sports and fitness and athlete by nature. I love to be outside. So spending time in my community, raising my 2 kids, my 2 daughters, that was really what we were doing. Very, very busy 2-career family. And then several years ago, my husband and I started to see things that we became extremely concerned about. And really, from the perspective of my children and the future generations of this country. And being the athlete that I am not one to stand on the sidelines. So at that point in time, about 3.5 years ago, I helped to co-found and build and lead the Tampa Tea Party. And at that point in time, it was really focused at the national level on issues of spending and health care. But not long after that, and this was 2009, not long after that in 2010, here in Hillsborough County, we had an issue that, again, I felt like I couldn't stand on the sidelines at that time in the economic environment that we were in. And so I helped to co-found a citizen coalition at that time to successfully defeat what I want to call a light rail boondoggle. Some of us who worked that issue very hard, and we took that knowledge on the high-speed rail issue as well. And we educated the public, and we were very, very thankful that Governor Scott rejected that boondoggle, because we only have to look at California to see how that's fared. As a result of that referendum, I also decided that, you know, we need, if you're going to vote on a referendum, the voters should know what it's going to be, what the cost is, or what the revenue generated. So I spearheaded another effort along with a citizen coalition. We were lucky at the time that our Charter Review Board was meeting. And so as a result of going through this charter review, we will have a ballot referendum in November that will require a financial impact statement for any future referendum that you vote for. I stood here with you as a taxpayer advocate. I've probably been with many of you in DC a couple of times. I've been in Tallahassee, and I've been down at County Center. And I've been on those front lines. As a candidate, first of all, I qualified by petition. And that demonstrated that I've gone out into the community, I've met voters, I've listened to their concerns, and also as a candidate, I've already scored a victory for taxpayers. Because one of the major issues, and I've been on the front lines and fighting for this at every level of government, is not only fiscal responsibility, but accountability. And so when I filed in March, I wanted that county checkbook online. The taxpayers do deserve to know where the money is spent, not just the budget, and to whom the checks are written. Shine a little light on some things, and you'll see that change. And I'm thrilled to say that as a result of that, the county commissioners and my opponent, I will thank him, took that issue forward and unanimously garnished a decision for more transparency for expenditures in the county. But I will tell you, the most important issue, and I think this is at every level of government in every part of the country, is jobs. This election is going to be over the economy. And so what we need to do is to get the county working again. If we want to afford the government that we have, we are going to have to get broaden that tax base, because not only will we be able to continue to pay for the government we have, but we also need to get our housing market back. And we've got to get the county working back so people can stay in their homes and that property values will increase. And what I believe, I am an advocate of our free market economy. I believe in free market solutions. Our free markets have given us the largest economic prosperity the world's ever known. So what I believe is that we've got to look at the regulations that are job killers and are particularly hurting small business. Because if you look historically, in every downturn, it's been small business that's been that engine that has revved up our economy and got us going again. But where are they? At the local level, there are things that we can do. We've got to look at the regulations. We've got duplicity, we've got complexity. I've talked to some contractors that when they're out trying to work on a job, they don't even know if they're violating anything till they get red tagged. So we've got to reduce the regulatory burden, as well as we've got to look at the fees. You know, when our boom economy was going along and revenues were flowing in, people may not have wanted to raise taxes, but they sure did raise our fees. It seems like almost everything we eat, touch, breathe has a fee associated with it multiple times. So that if you look at it from the perspective of an entrepreneur, look at the upfront cost and burden that they must bear to even think or to begin to start that business. So we've got to go back and we've got to take a look at that. Some of the folks that I've been out talking to, where they've encountered years of going through the process to develop their own land. We've got to change that. And we need a level playing field. And that level playing field means that we should keep our taxes low, reduce those regulations. And what I want is a robust, competitive environment, business-friendly environment for the entire county, not just a piece part of it, but an entire county. Well, I would just like to say, I've stood on the front lines with you for the last 3.5 years. You know my background. What I would like to do is take those founding principles to the county commission. You know, and Tim mentioned it. Over the years, unfortunately, government forgot its role with people, and the people forgot its role with the government. But I do believe that we have woken up. And I've been out for the last 3.5 years getting people back engaged. I want to engage. We have a participatory process. And that's what I've been getting people back doing. I am running in the primary on August 14th. And I do believe voters deserve a choice. My opponent was in office for 20 years. And I believe that our founding fathers never thought that our elected officials would spend their entire career as an elected official. I'm a citizen, I'm not a politician. I'm not looking for a career. I'm only looking to serve. I would be honored to have your vote. Please go to votesharoncalvert.com, and we have a great grassroots campaign going. We have lots of opportunities for you to volunteer, and you can always hit that donate button. But again, August 14th in the primary, early voting July 30th, and I appreciate your time, and it's votesharoncalvert.com.